Hey, fourth grade, welcome back to library. Today is Thursday, May 7th, 2020, and it's a beautiful sunny day where I am, so I hope that you can get out and enjoy the sunshine today too. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about genre. And genre is a really important topic in the library because books are divided into different types of genres. And when kids are looking for books and they say, Mrs. Capello, can you help me find a book? And I said, what? I say, well, what do you like to read? And it will really help me if you can say, oh, I like books about history, or I like books about science, or I like fantasy books. So I wanted to review genre with you guys. It's probably something you're already familiar with, but it's always good to go back and learn it again. The first thing we're going to do is to watch the video on Brain Pop, and I will step away so that you don't have to look at my face the whole time too. So it's a little over 5 minutes, and then after that, I'll explain to you what we're going to do next.
There are two kinds of people, my friend.
I do live. The common desert voles. For centuries, scientists have exploited them. This Sunday, the revolution will be televised.
We've bred these voles for maximum aggression.
Outstanding. What's your name, son? Ah, you'll make a fine little soldier.
This facility is sitting on a magma chamber the size of Rhode Island.
I didn't get to be a 6-star general by listening to nerds.
Everybody run!
Volcano. It's gonna blow.
This is going to be the best thing that's ever happened to me. Dear Tim and Moby, I'm supposed to pick a summer reading list in my favorite genre, but I don't even know what that is. Can you help? From Emma. Hi, Emma. Before putting down a single word, writers have to make all kinds of choices. Should they write poetry or prose? Fiction or nonfiction? Should it be a novel, a play, a short story? Maybe it should be a script for a TV movie. These are just some of the different forms or modes that a piece of writing can take. Once that's decided, writers still need to pick a genre. That's sort of like the style they'll use to tell the story. Well, let's say you wanted to write a story about courage. It might be about a girl who protects her town from a marauding giant. That would be in the fairy tale genre. Or you might tell the story of a detective who overcomes his fear of the dark to figure out who done it. In other words, a mystery. Genres are flexible. They can work across different modes. Either of these could be a short story, a graphic novel, a play, you name it. You can tell a story's genre by the conventions it follows. These are similarities in tone, style, or subject matter. Sort of like the rules for that kind of story. If you've read a few mysteries, or even watched some mystery shows, you know that the main character has to be a detective. Or at least someone who's trying to solve a crime. The detective will interview suspects and investigate clues. There's often a red herring, something that throws the hero and readers off the right path. It could be a suspicious character or a clue that seems to solve everything. Throughout the story, a sense of suspense keeps you turning the pages. And finally, the detective solves the crime using evidence that was available to the reader. As you read more of one genre, you start to pick up on its conventions. You'll anticipate plot twists and appreciate how authors play with the rules in unexpected ways. Well, like by mixing up the elements from different genres. Take Harry Potter. It's set in a world of magic and wizards, putting it in the fantasy genre. But it's also a coming-of-age story, tracking Harry's growth from a helpless kid to a confident young adult. J.K. Rowling blended elements from these genres in a unique way. Her creation was so successful, the coming-of-age fantasy novel is now practically its own subgenre. That's a more specific form of genre with its own particular conventions. For instance, satire is a subgenre of comedy that explores a problem with society. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a good example. It satirizes how tough it can be to fit in at school. It's a painful subject in real life, but that's one of the conventions of satires. They touch on raw emotions, creating an effect that's funny and dark at the same time. Well, the point isn't to memorize all the conventions of every subgenre. Follow your own taste and learn as much as you can about your favorite genres. You can explore realistic fiction if you like to read, realistic stories. If you want to read about other galaxies or future technology, science fiction will be more your speed. As you explore, you'll see how authors use genre conventions to get across a story's main message or theme. Oh, this? Well, it's got giant man-eating rodents in it, so I'd say it's science fiction. And as silly as it is, it seems to be about the dangers of trying to control nature. That's a common theme in many different genres. Mary Shelley explored it in Frankenstein, about a brilliant doctor who thinks he can control life itself. Shelley uses the horror convention of a murderous monster to highlight the failure of the doctor's ideas. Ernest Hemingway took on a similar theme in his realistic adventure story, The Old Man and the Sea. Here, the struggle against nature is represented by an epic battle between a fisherman and some hungry sharks. See? 3 genres, 3 unique approaches to the same idea. The brain pop movie genre? What do you mean? This isn't fiction, it's real.
A boy and his robot. For years, they've explained the mysteries of life.
Real, I tell you.
But the biggest mystery of all is right in front of them.
And I'm back. Okay, so I know those videos are a little cheesy, but I think they're funny, so hopefully you enjoyed it too. And I thought it was a really good review of all the different types of genres. And I hope it was helpful. After you're done watching the video, I'd like you to complete this quiz. And this is a website called Quizzes that I found. And this is a quiz on here all about genre. So it is 13 questions. There's a timer. There's going to be funny memes that pop up. If you want it to read aloud to you, you can. But once you start playing, there's some kind of cool features. Okay, and you can turn music on or off depending on if you want music in the background or not. And the story of one's life told by someone else. So you would choose whichever one you think is the right answer. You will get coins based on whether you got the answer correct. You will get different things that you can level up with. It shows you the streak of how many you've got right in a row. And this is just for a review. It's not for a grade or anything. So after you're done with the quiz, please complete this worksheet here. And this is going to be all about genre. So it should make a copy for you. And I know it's kind of small right now. So if you go to this little magnifying glass and just push the arrow and click zoom in, that will make it easier to see. So please type your name here, so I know who did it. And then it says move the genre under its matching description. Move the picture to the matching genre. So if you scroll down, we have our different genres here, and then these are different pictures. So each picture should match with a description, and each genre should match with a description. So for example, the first one, a story based on events that happened in the past. So I'll look at my choices: folktale, informational, science fiction, biography, fantasy, mystery, historical fiction, realistic. All right, so I know it happened in the past, so I'm going to say that that's historical fiction. So what you're going to do is you can click and drag, oops, sorry, still getting used to this. Click and drag it up to the correct box. So I know that's historical fiction, so I'm going to put that one there. And then I'm going to go over to my pictures here. And this looks like a picture of an old guy who might be historical, so let's drag that. And I'll drag that and put it next to that. So then I'm done with the first one. And then you'll just go ahead and do the rest of them just the same, okay? Please make sure you put your name here, not my name, so I know whose work it is. And make sure you turn it in on Google Classroom when you're done. Some people have been forgetting that step, and then I can't see your hard work, which is a bummer. If you finish all of that, and I know it's kind of a lot today, I wanted to give you guys more work to do because I feel like a lot of you have just been flying through the work and finishing a little bit early. I do have the choice board, and I did put some new choices on here. So 2 of them are the same, And then I do have a new digital escape room for you, drawing with Dave Pilkey, writing a letter, and some origami. So if you finish all your assignments and have time for this, you can check it out. All right, that was kind of a long video, but hopefully you guys know what's going on. You can always join Zoom. If you have questions, here's the link, password library 11, and I will see you again on Monday. All right, bye.